Midtown. I actually called Midtown home for 13 years from 2007 to 2020. So there's a person that knows about Midtown. It's probably me more than anybody else. I actually lived right over there. This is where at Baldwin Park, and I lived in the townhome community right over there called Baldwin Square. So one of my top reasons why I actually love living in Midtown and why I lived there for 13 years was like, first off, I'm not sure if the term is still being used, but I was a yuppie, a young urban professional. When I first started my career, I worked in downtown. And Midtown is right next to downtown, and within, I think, a 5-minute drive, I got to work every single day. Some of the most amazing things about Midtown was that they're one of the first communities that started building townhomes in Houston. I almost thought they were the pioneer of building 3-story townhomes in Midtown. I actually lived in a townhome that was built in 1999. Like I said, I really believe they were actually the first community in all of Houston, even between the Heights and Montrose, that built the first townhomes. So I lived in an original 1999 townhome, and one of the best things was that when you live in a townhome community, you could stay inside on a rainy day. You could go from your 3rd floor master bedroom down to the garage, park in downtown in the tunnels, walk the tunnels and into your office without ever walking outside. So y'all, even though you still had to drive, you never had to face the elements. So next thing, as I was saying, I transitioned my career to real estate. And even before, it was perfect for me when I was working downtown. And when I transitioned to real estate, I was driving all over the place. And as far as accessibility to all the major highways, and if you lived in Houston at all, knowing the major highways is probably super important. You actually have access, easy access to every single major highway in Houston by just living in Midtown. And that's, I believe, is exclusive to be living in Midtown. So Midtown, you could say, a lot of people say, is actually broken up to 2 sides, kind of the quieter side and the more party side. So where we were at just originally was at Baldwin Park, which is sort of the quieter side of Midtown. And then now we're going to go towards the more party side where all the clubs and bar scenes are. It was kind of a major attraction, I guess, for, Saturday night and weekend out, people going out. They definitely go to Midtown. We'll catch that part here in a moment. We're here on West Gray. Some people would say this is kind of the heart of Midtown. I had a funny story, was that I had a friend that went to New York for school, and when he came back to live in Houston again, I actually took him here, and he was really amazed at how Houston looked. And this probably the one place that has the most feel like it's New York. It has the most walkability in Houston. I think it has the highest walkability score in all of Houston. If you take a look around, you have all the different bars, restaurants, and clubs that you could attend here. So living in Midtown, I think one of the best benefits was no matter where you went, it was always equal distance. So I always felt that living in Midtown gave you the best opportunity to really experience all of Houston. So right now I live in Memorial, and a lot of times you just find it difficult, or more of a process if I were to drive into town to catch a basketball game, a Rockets game. With Midtown, it didn't matter if you went to the Galleria or to the Rockets game. It all felt equal distance because it almost took about the same amount of time. Even going, when I used to travel for work, it was actually 15 minutes door to door without traffic to get to Hobby Airport. So from a location standpoint, there's really no better place to live in Houston with the accessibility to all the major highways than Midtown itself. So fresh out of school, moved to Midtown, and one of the best things that you can do in Midtown is you can catch a steak night every single night of the week in Midtown. And one of the most famous steak nights here is actually at Little Woodrow's. I may be biased, but I feel like it's the most popular Little Woodrow's, and they actually have what you call the world famous turtle races. So I think they almost set up a stadium to watch these turtle races at Little Woodrow's. Right along on the other side of Little Woodrow's, we'll catch those in a little bit, is that you'll see all the different bars and nightlife that comes alive from Thursday through Sunday night. So here, it's kind of quiet right now, but wait until you come here on a Thursday night, Friday, or Saturday night, and this place is crazy. We're actually right in front of Wonder Bar, And right around the corner, within this square block, you got Wonder Bar, 77 Degrees, Daisy Dukes, Dogwood. Little Wizard's just one block down. And then 2 blocks over, you got Pub Fiction and some other bars. So there's plenty of nightlife here. And like I said, it's very quiet right now. But you come on the weeknight or weekend night, and it's a different story. So one of the cool things about Midtown is I feel like the best is yet to come. We're standing here right in front of the future home of Home Slice Pizza. So anybody that's from Austin, that's been to Austin, know that it's probably one of the most favorite pizza places in Austin. Coming to Houston, I think summer 2022. And right next to it is the world famous Breakfast Club, where you can get your chicken and waffles. This is considered sort of the south side of Midtown, you could say. And as you can kind of see, there's a lot of development coming, including I think the redevelopment of the old Sears that was in Midtown, that's being done by Rice University at the moment, called the Technology Center. So I think the future is looking very bright for Midtown, between the bars, the nightlife, the restaurants, the location, the accessibility. Midtown, I still consider it home. By far one of the best places to live in Houston. If you're a person that's looking to live inside the loop, and I'll explain that later, I think Midtown is by far the best neighborhood to live in at the moment.